Today we're going to be talking about India, where the engine of growth is information technology. My name is Sasha Weinrich, and these are my team members.
Mikhail.
Aaron. Paula.
All right, and I'm going to start us off today. So first, let me begin by telling you a little bit about India's IT sector. What is IT? Well, that might be self-explanatory to some, but to others maybe not. It means information technology. There are four main segments in India's IT sector. IT services, IT BPO, which is business process outsourcing, IT engineering services, and IT hardware. Now a little bit about India. India received its independence from the UK in 1947. And then right here you can see a nice map of India. An important thing to notice is the legal system is a common law system based on the English model. They do have a judicial review of all of their legislative acts. This is important to understand when thinking about foreign direct investment in India, which we'll discuss a little bit later. The population in India is the second largest population in the world behind China. If you see right here, they have a younger population and not many people 65 years and over, which is important when thinking about the age of the workforce. India has the second largest English-speaking population after the United States. Now, you see right here, there are not many other countries in Asia that have as large of an English-speaking population. And now I'm going to hand it over, and we're going to learn a little bit more about India's economy.
Okay. Thank you, Sasha. Now I will talk about Indian economy and how IT industry affects it. Within IT industry, there is direct and indirect contribution on the economy. Let's take a look at this graph. As we can see, IT industry revenue has been almost exponentially increased since the 1990s, and the IT industry export also kept increasing in the past 10 years. There is also strong correlation between the increase of IT industry revenue and the employment. Currently, Indian IT industry is centered about 7 cities, but its indirect benefit is it encourages a balanced development of India. Smaller cities now are becoming increasingly high-tech. Another indirect contribution is effect on employment. One IT job can generate about 4 total employment. So, as what I said, it can get a conclusion that IT industry is the engine of Indian economic development. Next, welcome Paula. Talk about the finance aspects.
Thank you, Aaron. Now I'm going to talk about FDI, foreign direct investment, which has increased a lot since the IT boom in India. Before 1991 and the establishment of industrial policy, it was very difficult to invest in India. Nowadays, foreign direct investment is 100% permitted under the automatic route. This means it does not need to be approved by the government, except in these 4 sectors, which are gambling, betting, lottery, atomic energy, and retail trade. The government is also given fiscal incentives, and it created the SIA, which helps entrepreneurs and investors with facilitation. The facts. We can see that from 2000 to 2011, FDI has been it's been almost $11 million. Cognizant and Capgemini, which are foreign firms, Cognizant, for example, is going to invest $500 million until 2014, and Capgemini has more investment in India now than in its home country, France. We can see here the investments in India, FDI. The light blue part shows how much of the FDI forms part of the IT, which we can see is very, very big. According to Goldman Sachs and Dreaming with the BRICS, India, because of all the reasons I've told you before, is now the second most attractive investment destination. And it's showing a very liberal and attractive policy. Now we're gonna say hi to Raymond, who's gonna talk about infrastructure.
Thank you, Paula. Now I'm talking about the infrastructure in India. India's infrastructure is improving and gets stronger. And as the chart shown from the 1991 to 2005, every amount is increasing, every consumption is increasing, every index is increasing, which means India's infrastructure is growing. And you may ask where the government got money to develop its infrastructure. Please see these two charts. There is strong correlation between the growth of IT revenue as part of total GDP and the government tax revenue. And you can see the similar trend of slope development between these two charts. And this is significant because as the tax revenue increases, more and more money can be spent on India's infrastructure. And in this slide, you can see India's infrastructure, including airports, ports, telecom, power, that all receive a lot of investment in later 5 to 7 years. And we can know they will get better. Now I'm gonna pass to my teammate, Ming.
Thank you. Now I'll talk about the social impacts of India's IT boom. If you look at this picture, we see a suburban house in a gated community in India. These suburban houses are in gated communities around IT hub cities such as Bangalore. These houses are usually catered towards the IT professionals that have high income, very similar to the middle class in developed countries such as the US, UK, and other European countries. So you ask, who are these people? These people, they're government officials, top business corporate executives, and a lot of them are actually, very importantly, young recent graduates of top colleges around the world. They command a very advanced knowledge of technical education, so they expect very high salaries starting out of college. And a lot of them are actually in the IT or just technological industry. You might ask, so are the poor getting poorer and the rich getting richer? But that's not true, because IT firms don't only employ IT professionals. As you can see, IT firms, if they open something, they have to have lawnmowers, they have to have phone services, they also have to have restaurants around them. So that means everybody in the community benefits from an IT firm opening. So as you can see, low-skilled workers that have been in poverty will be employed, such as janitors or lawnmowers, etc. Also, another spillover from the IT firms is that other firms in other industries will look at these firms and improve their technology, which will drive the industry and drive more people to have jobs. Another thing that improves daily lives is the cell phone subscription of India. In the past 14 years about, the rise in employment in the IT industry has been a very strong correlation with the number of subscribers. The subscribers of a cell phone, of the Indian cell phone network, has been increasing exponentially, as you can tell by the graph here. The telecom market is allowing people to have a greater access to new information around the world, be able to communicate with people much easier, and it's raising their level of living, standard of living. And now, Sasha will give the statement.
Sure. Thank you very much. Something I want to point out before we end this first part of our presentation is that India ranks 34th in the BSA 2011 Global IT Industry Competitive Index. Now what this does is it ranks a sector in a company, or it's an index that recognizes how competitive a country is within a sector. This one specifically, the IT industry. And I just want to point out that India is ahead of other BRIC countries, China, Brazil, Russia, and that they have actually increased in ranks from 44th in 2009 rather, to 34th. Now I'd like to conclude with a quote from the Minister for Commerce and Industry that we found very moving, something that we really wanted to share with you. A decade and a half ago, the prospect of India becoming a major player in the global economy seemed a distant dream, only a theoretical possibility. During the last 14 years, there's been a change, not only in the world's perception of India's future, but in our own perception of ourselves. The world has acknowledged the arrival of India. We no longer discuss the future of India. We say the future is India. Now it's clear to me, and it's clear to my teammates, and I hope it is clear to you, that IT is the engine of growth for India. Thank you.